Hi guys, in our last module we've defined the concept of API layer, and in this module we are going to start creating the controllers. First of all, a controller handles incoming HTTP requests and return responses. We should think of it as a traffic. It inherits from controller base, use attributes like HTTP GET and HTTP POST to map HTTP. It groups related endpoints like all user-related operations and returns action result or specific types. Okay, let's go back to our other stream.product.web API project. That's where I am here, and expand the controller folder. So when you expand it, you see a controller here. That's a weather forecast controller. Let's delete that. So I select it and click on delete. Okay, now let's right click the same controller folder and click on add here, and at the top here we select controller. Okay, here by default we have controller, MVC controller, empty MVC controller with rewrite action, MVC controller with view using entity framework. That's not what we need. At the top here we have API here, so let's select the API and then select API controller empty. Let me just double click on it. Okay, here we give our controller name product controller. Okay, and here we have our base controller here. Here we don't need this one, so let's take it off. Okay, so the first thing we need here is the mediator. In the application project we've talked about the mediator, so here we need a mediator. What does it do? It implements the mediator pattern, helping us to keep the controllers thin by moving business logic to handlers. So initially in our application project we've defined, that's where we define our create product, update product, get all product, and so on. So here we just need to call them using the mediator. So I'll come here and do this one, private read only, I mediator, and I call it just mediator. Let me call it hyphen mediator. So we define our controller here, our constructor here. Okay, fine. The first method we need here is the get all product. So let me do this one, HTTP get, okay, and put public. Okay, I have it here. This is get all products. We can just come here and do this one. I like putting it here, so let me do this on all products. Okay, so here get all products query so let me change this one. I don't need the var query, actually it's not needed, so I don't need this one. I don't need this one. I can just do this one and reference it. I don't need all this one. New get all product query, and let me do a proper reference. Okay, other stream.product.application.query.get all products. So we have this one defined in the application project. So let me just go to definition. So we have it here, get all product. We have also defined its handlers at the top there. So when I come here and come right here, get all product, this get all product, and this is the handler. This is the business logic here. So we use instead of putting this code in the controller, we use the mediator to call it, which is what we actually have here. var query is equals to new get all product query. var product is equals to mediator.send query and cancellation token. This one will return all the product for us. Okay, that's our first method. Let's finish with all the method first. And now the next method will be, we have a get by ID. So let me just come here and do this one. HTTP get, okay, ID, get product by ID. Okay, we need the same implementation here. So here I'll do var query new get product by ID query. All right, so here I need this one, and down here I'll do var product and we have this one, return okay. So next we define the create product. So here, okay, let's do the count. We follow the same pattern. Here, let me do this. Okay, we are counting all products, so we don't need anything here. And it looks like we have also defined it by name. Okay, let me save this one and do HTTP get by name, and we are here. So this one is just, we are adding referencing to wherever they are. So here we are. Okay, next we implement the create. So here, let me do HTTP post. And here let me do create product, which returns okay. We need to put our implementation here. Let me put this one through here. So here we put from body, and then create product command. Let me just put command here. Okay, and we put our normal code here. Let me first, okay, this one too will do. I want to return the ID, so I can do var product ID. Is equals to await mediator.send command. So let's return it. I can actually do this one, return okay, and put my product ID here. But here to return to 200 okay with the ID. I actually want to return 201 which is created. So let me do this one. Let me comment this one out and do this one. Return created action, and we do this one, name of get product by ID. ID is equals to this one. So this one will give us 201 with a ID, with a saved ID. Next, we define the update. HTTP put. Here we are. Here I can do, let me see what is here. Let's also reference this one. Okay. Here I can actually check the ID. If the ID does not exist. So to do that, let me add a guild here. And put ID here and put comma here. So I'll come here and see if guild is equals to null. If ID is not equals to command.product ID, then we do this one. We return bad request product ID in the URL does not match. Then we'll do this one and we'll continue with no content, which is 204. And last, we handle the delete method. Okay, let me do this one, delete grid. So here we need to take this one, we need to do this one for this, and mediator.send command. Okay, so that's all what is needed for the controller. We can test it now, I'm sure. Yeah, but before that, let's check our program.cs file first. So let's go back here. And go to the program.cs file here and see what we have here so far. Okay, here I only have map open API. Let's add Swagger to it and then use it. I think we should do that next.